Everybody, welcome to Amok Studios. Just wanted to pop on this week real quick and share the big skull collection that I'm working on right now. I kind of decided the other day, I should just lean heavy into the skulls. They're my favorite thing to make, and I think it's what most people like from my work is the skull pieces. So I'm working on the biggest collection of skulls right now. So I thought I'd give you the first sneak peek and go kind of backwards at how I came across my patterns and developed this. Here's a glimpse at the materials I'm using. Primarily license plates. I've got some brass, and some of this brass is actually from a drum cymbal. I really like the texture in there. And then record vinyl. I've never used that before, but it's really kind of a nice material. I like the thickness of it. Cuts very easy. And these children's records in the bright yellow are awesome. So there's the materials. And then we'll go over here. I spent 2 days just cutting out parts, which was really fun. So here's a glimpse. There'll be large brooches / pendants. And then really long statement dangle earrings, and then a variety of different stud type earrings. But these all have the license plate, whoops, and the record vinyl. I like the little pattern in those too, the lines. So that yellow behind all the skulls are records. There's a little bit of a traditional record. So I've had a lot of fun just cutting my pieces so far. This week I'll get to cutting all the back sides out of mostly brass this time and some sterling. So let's go back over to the workbench and I can kind of show you the patterns and how I came up with these. So I was having trouble sleeping one night, which I often do, and for some reason what popped in my head was paper dolls, and like when you would cut snowflakes as a kid and you'd fold the paper and then cut like a portion and then unfold it. So I just got up, went downstairs, got some paper, and just started drawing some half skulls and cutting them out with the paper. So I got some really fun skulls out of doing that. And some smaller. I landed on this one for sure, and then this was the other large one that I landed on. But it was just kind of a fun exercise. And it's a good way to get a symmetrical design. A lot of times when I'm sketching, one side of the drawing looks better than the other, so I'll just fold it in half and then cut the side that I like. Let's just do a quick one here. Oh yeah, that's a good, I like that nice tall. I'm going to fold it again just to get my eyeball in there. Eye socket. Oh yeah, that's a good one. I like that. So I just kind of had fun, like at 1 a.m. in the morning, cutting out paper skulls. And then I cut one out of license plate, just to kind of make sure I liked the design, and then I took that and I'll just put that metal pattern down and then trace it out lots of times, and then I put double stick tape on the back sides of all my drawings. That way I can just lay them out on the license plates, and then I just spent a day cutting little tiny skulls. But if you're like me and you work with found objects, and you have some pattern in there and you want to make sure you get your piece placed correctly, you kind of want to see through it. So I had this plastic cup sitting on my bench, and I'm just starting to cut some skulls on it, but I've got the larger one. But that way you can kind of see where your patterns are. And I just picked up this cool piece last week, this little game board. So this will really be helpful to decide where I want to place him, or do I want, you know, or even sideways. So that's kind of cool. You know, like ring binders and a lot of plastic folders will be clear or kind of translucent. So that's a good material to cut and make your patterns. Because sometimes you have a found object that, you know, like this tin can. I've basically got 4 pieces of it, and you don't want to misuse any of it. You want to use it to the best it can be used. Like this skull on here, he's going to be really cool. He fits perfect. I have that little starburst pattern. So I thought you would enjoy seeing kind of how I came up with the skull patterns for this current collection I'm working on. And then just a fun little trick for being able to see your patterns on found objects. But I think that's it. Thanks for stopping in this week, and I'll see you real soon. I'll share some finished pieces. I've got this pair so far, but this week we'll be cutting out the back sides and putting everything together. So keep an eye out on Instagram, and I'll also share here in our community tab some finished pieces. Thanks.